Alright, so I took that into consideration at the time that I become superintendent. And the time that I've been superintendent is about a year and a half now. I can't fix everything in a year and a half. I'm trying my best, and I want, the only reason I'm here tonight is to get the landowner's opinion of how I can make things better. I'm not here to do my job right now. I'm here to get an opinion. And all you got to do is call me at the office or anything. I'll return your phone call. I want to make the prairie better. I want to make Coquina better. Okay? So, the floor is yours now.
Thank you. Thank you, Butch. We appreciate you. Welcome. The steering committee, there are 14 of us, and by the way, if you see a name badge that has red ink, they're on the steering committee. That's what the red ink is all about. So we welcome you. Tonight's objective is a workshop, one of the first ever that I can remember, where the board of Coquina has actually asked the landowners to get together and comment on the priorities that they've established for 2018, add, subtract to the list, prioritize them, make comments, come up with ideas. So this is your meeting. This is a meeting where we're going to brainstorm some ideas and have a workshop. Now, I do workshops all around the country. My wife likes the concept of a workshop because she says workshop, that means you work and I stay home and shop. So, well, what that really means, the workshop part, the part that's, the working is taking place by those of you in the room tonight. So we're glad that you're here. We're going to ask for your ideas and your input. And if it's okay, we're going to have a little fun in the process. Is that all right with everybody? Sure. All right, good. Let's get started. So tonight's objectives are pretty simple. We're here to provide guidance to the Coquina Water Control District Board regarding their priorities, the core values, and issues that are important to you, us, landowners. I want to welcome our distinguished guests. We have 4 elected officials with us tonight. Sheriff Stephen. Welcome, Sheriff. Commissioner Culpepper. Commissioner Hazelleaf. And Mike Benson of the Coquina Board. Now, here's the thing. The good news is they said they want to come and listen. So no speeches tonight. So we're glad that they're here. They promised to listen. In fact, there's some sunshine law things that they really can't talk. They can't discuss business that may come up. So Commissioner Culpepper said it's the quiet his wife has ever seen him is how he'll be tonight. So we're glad to have them here so they can listen to the things that are important. So again, thank you guys for coming. It's a pleasure to have you. All right, here's what we're going to cover. We've got a lot of material to cover tonight. We're going to start with a little background and history. For those of you that are new to the prairie, I'm going to share with you the list of the goals that the Coquina Board has published for 2018, so we have the opportunity to get some feedback and to prioritize those lists. And then we're going to take a look at the survey that we conducted of the landowners. Additional information and ideas came from that survey. We're going to take the information you come up with tonight, meld them with that, put them together, and then we're going to add your issues to the list, and then we're going to prioritize them. And I promise to give you a 10-minute break before we finish, which is to brainstorm some ideas and some solutions. And when we do that, we're going to finalize everything that came up tonight in a report and document it and share it with everyone. Okay? That's where we're heading. So a few ground rules. First of all, cell phones, off or mute, please. Kind of a good news, bad news thing. Few of us have coverage here. But for those of you that are on Verizon, it's possible you could have a ringer or text come in, so if you wouldn't mind putting on mute. When it's time to present yourself, please do so in a positive manner and treat everyone with respect during the meeting. It's my job as the facilitator to make sure these things happen. we're going to talk one at a time, waiting to be recognized by me, and to be respectful of people's ideas, situations, and their opinions. And stay on topic. It's my job to help you stay focused and stay on topic. So, let's have a little fun. Let's play the Viking Prairie Trivia Contest. Anybody ever played the contest before? Not unusual, I just invented it. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to have you get together in small groups, teams. Alright? So what I need you to do is, let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get in teams of 5. Alright? So I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get with other people, form teams of 5, and put your chairs together. You have 30 seconds. Go. Is anyone not in a team? Raise your hand.
We got 4.
Got 4, so we need 1 extra. We had 2 latecomers. Come on down. We want 1 over here. You got your 5? Okay. Got to be 5, otherwise it's not fair. So come on over, meet your neighbors. Marco, slide on over to that group. We're gonna play a game, and you're on their team. Yes. All right. Each group, take a pad of Post-it notes, pass it down. One per group. Anybody need pens? If you need pens, raise your hand. We have pens. Well, you might all need a pen. If you don't have pens, we'll.
But this is only for 1 group, right?
One of you is going to be one of you is going to capture the information for this contest. So.
I don't think everybody. That's all right. That's all right. I don't.
All right. I'm going to ask each group a question. Your group has to come up with the answer. You're going to huddle. You've got 60 seconds to come up with the answer. And when you huddle quietly, because you're competing with the other groups. You don't want them to get the right answer because they heard you. All right. If you want to spread it out, take your chairs a little bit, you can. All right. The highest team score wins. There are points for each question. So, as a group, somebody's designated as the person who's going to write the answers to the question on the sheet. And we're going to give you a few minutes just right now to come up with a team name. Team name, okay? 45 seconds to come up with a team name. Anybody need more time with the team name? All right, let's go around the room. What's your team name here? The Gators. Right back here. Tanya? Prairie Star. Got it. Good. Outlaws. That group's trouble. Jeff, what'd you come up with in your name, your group? Team Fred. There you go. Mike, what's your group come up with?
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes. Got it. Up here? Team Brilliant. Team Brilliant. Oh, I like it. All right. No pressure in that name. All right, here are the rules. You've got 60 seconds to discuss the answer. Talk quietly, right? Write the team name and the answer on a slip of paper. Then we'll collect the answers as you pass the slips forward, and we're going to see you get 2 points for each correct answer. And there's a final bonus question at the end where you're going to wager the points you've accumulated against the bonus question. Got it? Got the rules? All right. And don't shout the answer out. Here we go. First question. What was the original name of the Coquina Water Control District? Now, just make it easy on you. Multiple choice.
I'm young. Multiple choice.
All right. Team name, answer on the slip. Talk among yourselves quietly. Get the right answer.
Okay.
Brian, can you help me gather the slips, please? Don't forget to put the team name on the slip. Got the answer? You done? Ready? There it is. How about here? Brian got it? All right. Okay, might rub off. All right, Brian, you're going to check the answer. All right.
Our alarm management is actually next to us.
The answer is?
I think it was
C. Anybody get it right? Maria, what team are you on? You Team Maria?
I'm with Eddie.
Team Eddie and Team Maria. Get it right. Congratulations. All right. Here's how we're keeping track of the points. So take 2 candy bars back to Team Maria and Team Eddie. Okay. All right.
Oh, keep it up there. I'm allergic to nuts.
The questions get harder. Are you ready? You ready for the next one? All right. When was it established? What year? Multiple choice. 30 seconds. Go. Everybody sing the Jeopardy song. Ding dong. What year? Team name and put the answer on the list. All right, time's up. Pass those answers forward to our lovely assistant.
we got everybody here.
Here we go.
All right.
All right. Everybody in? The answer is C, 1971. Who got it right? Team Brilliant. Anybody else? Team Maria. Oh, on a roll. All right. This is your stack. Don't eat your chips. Don't eat them. All right. Good job. All right, group. Here we go. Next question. You can take control. Here we go. In what county was it established? Okeechobee County, Osceola County, or both? 30 seconds. Go. All right, pass those answers in. How confident are you there, Team Brilliant? Well, that's true. All right. And the answer is A, Okeechobee County. Second place. All right, who got it right? Oh, my question's tricked you? Maria? No. What'd you pick? You picked what? What was established in Osceola County? Was it Coquina? What was it?
Originally, it wasn't in Osceola County, and they turned it over to Okeechobee County.
But not Coquina.
Oh,
The land originally was developed as Osceola County, right? Right, guys? This is Coquina.
That was a trick.
And it was a trick question. Be careful. All right. They get easier from here on. You ready? Here we go. Approximately how many miles of roadside ditches exist in the district? Now, say what? Why? Because there's ditches on both sides. Trick question, right? There's the choices. A, B, C, or D. 30 seconds. Go. If you don't have it by now, guess.
Pick one.
How many roads are in each mile?
One more.
A lot.
All right, what's the answer? What is it, group? Good guess, but not it. What's the answer? A. Huh? Butch? C. 355 miles. Who had it? Yes? Hurricanes. 2 points for the team Hurricanes. Take them their prize. Their stack. All right, good job. Yeah, because it's how many? That's how many miles the ditch is. It's about half of that for the miles of road, right? A little less. Thanks for Butch. You went out and measured today. Thanks. That's the data right there. Canals, swales, roadways, access roads, and then water retention.
There we go.
Okay. I know it's hard to read. All right, question number 5. The annual 2017-18 fiscal year expense budget for the district is approximately what in terms of dollars? A, B, C, or D? 30 seconds. Come up with the right answer.
Sure. You got like 20 seconds.
Maria says, I know.
Say it too loud.
All right, when you got your slip filled out, raise it up. Brian will come pick it up from you. All right, Brian, here we go. Collect them up. Ready? We're ready.
It's not much because we don't have much tax.
Confidence high? Got any more? Easy questions come next.
I can really do get some subsidy.
All right. This is a 5-point question. The answer is A. Who had A? All right.
Just bring the bag.
5 for each.
Yeah, bring it back.
Right. 5 for each.
All right, everybody raise your hand.
Raise your hand if you got it right. Good job.
Why does everybody in the back see the ones that won? Maybe put them on one raise.
Wait, your commissioner needs candy. Oh, one?
All right, while he's passing out your massive prize stack, question number 6. As a special district, the mission of Coquina is to implement provisions of Florida State Chapter 298, Statutes 298, in a manner that ensures what? A, B, C, D, or E? 30 seconds. 5-point question. Confidence is high. Team Maria, Team Eddie, confidence is high, I can tell. You're beaming back there.
He just popped up later.
30 seconds, so loud up. Got it? Confidence high? Confidence is high. This one will make you think.
If we put A, B, C, and D, one of them counts, right?
Yeah, nice try. You've been taking lessons from my daughter,
So
right?
if I knock out the E and count 8, 3, 4, 5, then give me credit.
I like the way you think.
I just want to sit
Yeah, snicker.
That's all.
All right, right answer. A. Yeah. All right, good job. 5 points. Everybody got it? Nice, nice. Good job. Here comes the 10-point question. How many years has Sheriff Noel Stevens served in the sheriff's office? A, B, C, or D? 10-point question. Right? Oh, put a barrel up there.
Oh, we already given me?
All right, write it down. Write it down. Here we go. This is a 10-pointer. Do rappers count? No. Hold your stack. Get to bed. Any stragglers?
Brian, you can make any of that.
Everybody in? Anybody not in? I see Tanya scribbling. All right. The answer is A. Who had it? Good job. You had it. 10 pointers. Awesome.
How long has it been shared?
Pays to read the paper, doesn't it? There you go. So you do.
Who else? Who else?
How many points did you assign that one to there, Brian? Brian, how many points did you give it on that one?
How many points am I giving on that one?
Yeah.
That was an easy one.
Oh, it was too easy. You gave him 2? Okay. All right, here we go. Question number 8. Now, this is not water related, but it was an item that had a lot of interest in the survey. So here's the question. Florida law allows discharge of a firearm on your property in the Viking Prairie with what prohibitions? A, B, C, D, or E? I'll give you 60 seconds on this one because there's a lot to read. You may not. You run low? I got a second bag. You may not do which thing? Know that later Team Brilliant is asking all available resources over there what the right answer is. Nice move. I like it.
We're coming on in.
Yeah, I bet.
So far, barbecue.
Hey, I didn't say it was against the rules. I thought that was kind of smart. That's right. All right, we all in? Anybody not answer that? Last slip? I got you. All right. The answer is E, all the above. Everybody get it? All right. Good job. All right, well, our assistant's passing out the prizes in that category. We move to the next round of questioning number 9. Okeechobee County Commission District number 1 is served by which commissioner? First and last name. 30 seconds. Go.
There's no multiple choice?
No multiple choice. I know it's hard to see, but this is District 1. I blocked out the name so that, there was until I blocked it out, yes. Well, I like the way you guys think over here. You may not, but thanks for trying.
Can I phone a friend?
Phone a friend. Yeah. If you can get your cell phone to work in here, you can phone a friend. All right, write it down. Here we go. And if you don't know, just guess. You might want to take an educated guess.
How do you spell hazily?
All right.
Everyone wants to know Dr. Trump.
Yeah. Here we go. We have answers.
If you get a middle one, extra credit.
Extra credit.
Is everybody in?
Anybody not in?
I hope.
If you absolutely know the answer, raise your hand. It's Commissioner Hazley. Who got it? All right. All right. Got your prizes there? They're piling up. District 2 is served by what commissioner? 30 seconds. 10 seconds. Anybody not know the answer? And the answer is Commissioner Culpepper. Absolutely. All right, who got it wrong? Walk of shame. All right, hit another bag. Here we go.
Did we collect the...
This bag has Snickers.
Oh, yeah. Thank you very much.
All right. Now, count your stacks. Here comes the bonus question. Bonus question is worth 20 points. But here's the deal. You're going to wager the number of points that you're going to bet. Because if you lose it, guess what happens to the points that you wager? The candy goes from your stack back to mine. Yeah, I bet you will. Yeah. That's a good plan. All right. All right. So get with your group. And I'm not going to show you the question before you get the wager. You get the wager based upon your stack. All right. So come up with a wager. And write the wager on your slip.
Are we all in?
The kids going hungry tonight. What are you? Plans or wagers? Got some high finance going on. What are we doing?
What's the question?
I'm going to start eating right away.
Max wager is 20. The max wager is 20.
Don't look the other way when we have the gambling going on.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, everybody got a wager written down? How many points did you wager here? 20 points.
Lose all of it. You lose all of it.
You got 2 left? You can... All right, so here's the thing. If you wager 0 and you win, you get the 20 points, but you don't get the other ones back, right? So you can wager 0 if you want. Hello. All right. All right. What's my next group over here? 7? 13. 13.
It's funny because I copied myself on it, and I think.
How about up here, Team Brilliant? Wager 4? Okay. All right, here it comes. Ready for your question? Approximately what percentage of Coquina District voters live in Okeechobee County? Bam. Oh, you want to see the answers? You want some choices? Oh, you're using all available resources, right? It's a research project. Okay? Got your answers? Hand them up. Hand them in.
Did you take over my
Where's your sheet right here, Sam? Good ground. What's your answer? What's your answer?
How confident are you? Did you wait? Should you have bet more? You bet all 20, huh? You're high rollers. I like that. Risk taker. Go big or go home. Is that your motto here? Got it. All right, anybody left? Got them all in, Ryan? Who's
Magically.
We got them all? Marco's coming. Here we go. All right. The answer is D. Good job. They wagered it all, man. Just bring a wheelbarrow for this team. 20. Yeah. You guys get it right? Back here? You wagered 13, you wagered 7. Nice.
Stand by to catch me on your way out.
You're right.
I got plenty of empty wrappers for you.
All right, Brian's happy to give you all the stash of candy. So give yourselves a round of applause. Good job. Did you learn anything tonight? Did you learn a lot? All right. All righty, let's get to work. The folks at the district published their goals for 2018, but they asked us to give them feedback and guidance. Are these the right goals? What should they be? What should the priority be? So that's the exercise we're going to go through tonight. I have goals on 2 pages here, and Mike has a stack of handouts if any of you would like to take the list with you. Okay? So if you do see Mike Vincent at the break. There are 2 pages of goals that affect the following categories: drainage, roads, restoring landowners' faith in the board, and restoring landowners' right to ride ATVs and off-highway vehicles safely and with courtesy. Now, that's the list that the board came up with. Tonight's your opportunity to add to that list, delete from the list, and then prioritize the list. To that list, we'll add the priorities that came out of the online survey that we just finished. And there are 5 in the operational category. Water control, focus on it. Roads, canal, swale and ditch maintenance, and information. Routinely updating the Coquina website for sharing information with landowners. That's the list that came from the landowner survey. The other category is strategic. Landowner ATV, more effective practices to get more projects done in less time, find ways to reduce expenses, maintain adequate funding reserves for a rainy day, and acquire new, used, or lease better equipment to get work projects completed more effectively. There's been an issue with downtime because of equipment that's broken, right? So that's the list that came from the survey. Tonight is your opportunity to add to the list, and then we'll prioritize it together. So I'd like you to stay in your groups. Oh, by the way, before I do that, we also asked questions about what are the core values that a board should embrace and be held accountable to by the landowners. Would you like to see the results on those? Yes. There were 5 core values identified by the landowners. You can read them there. What I thought was interesting is number 1 and number 2, they kind of parallel one another. So that tells you how important that topic is. Make sense? Ethics, honesty, transparency, responsiveness, treating people with respect. What a great thing. By the way, this slideshow, would you like me to put it on the website? Please. So you can see it? Okay, prairielocals.com. I'll get it up this weekend. There are a pile of other comments. You can look at them here. The reason I put them up is that I wanted you to, A, see that the survey was real and responsive and looked at lots of issues and collected them without priority or judgment. I will tell you that one of the issues that came out a lot, I mentioned it earlier, was the firearm issue. Although that's not something that Coquina deals with, it's not in their wheelhouse. If it's important enough to the landowners, I think we may want to spend some time brainstorming some ideas on what we might be able to do to address that issue. But that's certainly up to you guys. So if that's something you want to add to the list, we can do it with an asterisk, and we can do it as landowners with the information that we gather. We can't give it to the Coquina handle, but we can figure out maybe where those ideas should go, to the appropriate place to go. Make sense? All right. Now this is where you get to work. This is your turn. I think we have enough to give one to everybody. So I'm going to give you the list that we identified. It's the combined list, the survey list and the list from the board. So here's how we're going to do it. This exercise, I'm going to give you this handout, the prioritization exercise. So you're going to need a pen for this. And in your groups, I'm going to take you through a question. This is a methodology called 10-4. And the methodology is a prioritization methodology. Yeah, help yourself. No worries. Now you'll notice that there are 3 groups of issues on your sheet. You're going to do this exercise 3 times. And the exercise is as follows. Each of you gets 10 points to allocate across those issues. You must allocate all 10, but you can't allocate any more than 4 to one item. Okay? You have 10 points to assign, no more than 4 to any one item. So if you don't think it's important, put a 0 by it. If it's a little bit important, put a 1. If it's the most important thing to you, put a 4. But you only get 10 points. You get 10 points in each group. So this, you get 10 points here. And then you get 10, we're going to do this here and here. So you're going to do this exercise 3 times. So the first category says drainage. Okay? So each of you take a minute and allocate those 10 points across the drainage issues. And there's a blank space underneath. If you want to add in others, put them on the list. Okay?
Did I miss anybody? Everybody got one?
Everybody got one? If you're thinking about adding, glance down the rest of the page to see if maybe it's not in another category. Just double check before you add it on there. Any questions on my instructions? If you're adding something, make your penmanship count because I have to read them because we're gonna collect them when we're all done. What's that? I'm sorry, say it again. Okay. So there are, I don't know how many there are, 5, 6 issues. Okay. Pick the ones, for each one, put a score by it. Yeah, there's an example. He's got it. 4 maximum per line. Put a 0 by it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. When you finish the first group, go ahead and do the next two. Bob, you ahead of the game? Get a raise. Got him? Good. Now, for those of you that are finished, look at your entire list. Pick the most important one and put a star by it on the whole page. The most important issue for you on the whole sheet. Yeah. Brian, how's your penmanship?
Horrible.
So is mine. Maria, how's your penmanship? Not a ringing endorsement.
I think she's lying. Her writing's pretty nice.
Yeah. All right, well, we're stuck with me then.
Uh-oh.
Stuck with me. All right. What I'd like to do is just go around the room and have you just read off your number one issue. And then we'll kind of just do like a quick and dirty survey, okay? All right. All we're going to start with you. And I'm going to try to write it where people can read it, but that's a tall order for me. But what was the line item? Ethically and honestly. I'm going to abbreviate. Okay, thank you. That's all right, I can't either, don't worry about it. All right. Angie, what'd you pick? Your number one on the whole page. Same, okay, good. We'll put another mark by that one. Okay. All right. Ronnie? Transparency? All right, good. All right, Mitch? And let's start with an A. Right to right, does that abbreviation work? All right, good. All right. Over here, Team Brilliant.
What would you rather see?
Rights? All right, that's good.
More on ditches or more on roads?
Let's go around the horn. Two.
They haven't been.
Jackie? Stop signs.
Yeah. And nobody's ever questioned that answer.
At, just one?
But if you were on the board, you're
Wherever needed. Got it. All right, good. Sheree? Right to right. All right. All right, good. Let's go back. Bob, your group, starting with you, work around.
Right to right.
Right to right. Carl? Right same. Marco? Tanya? Right? Up front? You two? Same? Alright, good. Let's go back here to, what was it, Team Alabama? Roll Tide? We'll do, so Jeff, we'll start with you. What'd you have? 4. Sorry, the number one on the whole page for you is? Right to right. All right. Same, 2, 3. All of you? Full house back there? All right. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, where am I going next? Ron, you guys done?
I think so.
What'd you have?
The top.
Honestly?
Honestly,
All right. Mike?
All of the above.
All the above? So we got a good list, is what you're trying to tell me.
Mike, just say all right.
If you had to pick one, what would it be?
The first one.
Okay, good. All right. Maria?
Streamline process.
I couldn't hear you.
Streamline processes.
Streamline process is my process gal. I love that. All right. I like it. Who's next? I can't see in the back. What you guys have? Mike, just go around from you there. What you guys have, number one?
What was your number one? Well, he's asking individually. Maria says implement more efficient work.
Yeah, I got that. She's back there being more efficient, I can see.
That's what she does.
It's what she does. Well, we'll come back. How about Team Brilliant up here? Do I get you already on the list? All right. So who did I miss? Right to Ride? All right. Did I get everybody vote?
How about yours, man?
How about mine? Do I get a vote?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Good job. Now, what I want to do is have Brian, can you collect those? I'll put them in the tally, add them to what we've got, and then we can do some brainstorming, some ideas on these issues, okay? In order to, let's pass them forward. Does anybody need a bio break? Does anybody need a break? A bio break? No, a biology break? Bathroom break? Smoke break? Beer break? Good news, bad news. Good news sounds like fun. Bad news, we can't do beer in here, but it was a nice idea. He's not driving. All right. Okay, no breaks needed. All right, so no break. Here we go. We're going straight forward. When you want a break, let me know. Deal? All right. And if you can't wait, just go in the back, in the bathroom. That's no problem. All right.
Did I get everybody? Anybody else?
All right. Thank you, group, for participating. Now here comes the part where we create some ideas around these. Now, one of the things that I wanted to talk about was to give you a little historical perspective on some of the challenges that we face, because there's a long history of, I call it chaos and controversy, around a lot of these issues. So what do we mean by that? There's been a lot of chaos over the years about the concept of ownership of the roads in the prairie. Who owns them? Who controls them? And there's been a lot of controversy about the ATV and the off-highway vehicle, off-road vehicle issue, and this has been going on for decades, okay? So, a little bit of perspective, and then we're going to start brainstorming solutions. Let's talk about the road chaos. The year after Coquina Water District was formed, when they were a 1-year-old toddler, there was a Coquina Road and Bridge District formed to deal with the road issues. Only problem was it was never activated, and it died on the vine. So as a result, road ownership had been a mess. In 2006, some of the roads, the dirt roads, the mile roads, were deeded to Coquina. In 2008, Coquina filed this document. You can't read it, but I'll put it on the website. It's a dedication of an easement to the public. What in the world's an easement? An easement is like a permission slip. You own a piece of property, and you grant an easement. You're giving a permission slip to another entity, another party. But it's got some limits to it. Let's say that you, Jackie, owned a beautiful picnic table. Okay? And that picnic table You decided to give others permission to use it. An easement. That easement, to be legal, has to be limited. What you can't do, what I couldn't do if you granted me the easement, I couldn't take the right to use that picnic table and sell it to someone. I couldn't build a fence around your picnic table. I couldn't move your picnic table. I couldn't designate that the whole world can now come and use your beautiful picnic table. The easements have to be done correctly. The whole body of law in real estate law around easements. So here's the problem. The document in 2008 that Coquina filed with this easement that gave the public the right to use your picnic table, legal counsel has just analyzed it and discovered it has 3 fatal flaws. They're so bad that this document technically doesn't exist. So what does that mean? That's kind of a quagmire. In order to fix it, Coquina has to extinguish, and there's a legal term, nunc pro tunc. And basically what that means is that's equivalent to unringing the bell. It never existed. The bell never rang. The easement never existed. So it has to be fixed. So stay tuned, because the fix is coming. And don't ask me what it's going to involve, because I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's coming. So how does that affect the ATV off-road, off-highway vehicle controversy? Well, remember, that document was filed in 2008. When the roads become an easement to use your picnic table, and everybody can come, and it's a great picnic table, what happens? They came. It became a magnet. Right? And all of these riders, this was a post on an ATV internet forum that promoted people to come and ride where? In the prairie.
On Forest Street.
Yes. So guess what? It was a free-for-all. What do we call it? The Wild Wild West. Not all, but some riders had no respect for the land, the roads, the residents, or the landowners. So it's a problem. So what do? Well, it's a quagmire. And it also creates enforcement challenges for the sheriff and his team. Why? What are the problems? Well, sheriff can't provide service out there with everybody riding around with no way to tell who the problems are and who the problems aren't. Right? Sheriff says, take the people who own property, who are legitimate, law-abiding, bring your kids out, recreate. I don't have a problem with it. But the challenge is, how do they know who belongs, who doesn't? The small, minute element ruining it for everybody else. We've heard that for years. Sheriff says, I can't continue to send 4, 5, 6 officers a night prepared to deal with a problem that we can't find once we get there. The sheriff says, I'm for a happy medium. Supply me with that. Those of you in this room have an obligation to supply the sheriff with a happy medium. We've got to come up with a solution. Because if you don't, here's where we are. Here's the enforcement spectrum. At one end of the spectrum, it's wild, wild, wild west. Wide open access. 2005, 4, 3, all that's what it was before. What's the alternative? No riding at all. Which is where we are since June of 2017. So the sheriff says, find a happy medium. We've got to do it. We have to turn our brain power on and find the happy medium. So where do we go to find the happy medium? the research, the data that we collected, I believe has the clues for finding the happy medium, the solutions that will work. So what does the research tell us? Landowners should be allowed to ride ATVs and OHVs on a raft. 83% of landowners agree with that or strongly agree with that sentiment. This is interesting. ATV riding should be restricted to landowners only. 91% agree or strongly agree. Riders should be subject to a safe riding program that requires riders to operate within specified rules of the road. 83% says a good idea. 91% would buy a decal or a permit as a landowner to indicate operation by landowners to lawfully ride. They would spend money to do that. Okay? So in that data, there's a possible solution or two. So what are the ideas? Landowners and invited guests only permitted to ride. Adopt rules of the road. Create a decal or a permitting mechanism. It must be easy for the deputies. The fees would cover the decal or the permit, and we could use the fees to fund the sheriff's enforcement effort. The program would be administered by the landowners. We need enforcement ideas from the sheriff. So we come up with ideas to implement. We need to make sure that it's a workable, implementable solution. Now, there are two initiatives currently underway. The first is the legal process. The legal process, and the second is this practical implementation. What the legal process is all the filings and the legal mumbo-jumbo to correct the paperwork that have to be rewritten and re-established once this dedication is fixed. The practical implementation are the rules and the procedures and the implementation, and that's the part that we need the sheriff's guidance on. So what ideas, whatever we come up with, if we come back with some ideas, we could take them to the sheriff. He could tell us whether they're workable or not. Would you be willing to do that with us?
Yes.
Great, thank you. It's our job to come up with the ideas. So, this is idea time. You have a question, Jackie? Okay, it's a good one.
Why did they pass this law in 2008?
The dedication?
Yeah.
I
Why
don't
did
know.
they do that?
I don't know. I don't have any idea.
Wasn't there a purpose? What purpose?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know the answer. But I do know it's got to be fixed because it's an issue, right? But the good news is whatever fixes we come up with can be baked in the new one so that it's done right. Okay.
So what would be the benefit of giving away this easement? Why would we want to give it away? What's the benefit of giving it?
Good question. I don't know. I wasn't there, and I maybe.
If we were going to do it, if we were going to rewrite it,
Yeah.
why would we want to do that?
Well, we would change it from being public to go back to what it was or is the easements are private, right? So that would give us the ability to keep people out that weren't landowners. That's the benefit. So it solves both problems. It doesn't open it all up, but yet it allows a mechanism to put in place to have the landowners ride legally.
Do you happen to know who was on board when this was passed in 2000?
In 08, I don't know the answer to that. Do you know the answer? I don't know. But at this point, I don't know if it matters. I know we just got to get it fixed. All right? Question?
The easement does go to the center of the road, correct, of each property?
Well, you can read the way the easement is written, but it identifies the roads and it allows for the picnic table to be used by the public, right? So that's where it's problematic. And the way, what the attorneys have said is that they couldn't do that because they didn't have the legal authority to give away something that they don't have the right to do. So, but don't ask me legal questions because I'll get into a quagmire. So.
Well, I think you had mentioned earlier that in 2006, the 1 mile roads were deeded to Coquina.
Right. That's the only thing they legally could have given an easement to was those roads that they were deeded to them.
Right.
So legally done.
So if you live off of a 1 mile road, you don't technically own it to the middle.
Correct.
Ken,
Yeah.
like you said, with the details for the landowners, what's going to stop, say, Javier from down in Miami and 6 of his buddies jumping in together buying a lot and still coming out there and tearing stuff up?
That's a good question. That's what you guys are here to do, to figure those kinds of things out.
If the decal came back, like if there was numbers on each decal,
Yeah.
that way it would come back to that specific person. Let's
Yeah.
say, as you said, his buddies
The
are
rules of the road,
tearing
then you have to obey the rules of the road.
But
That's what.
stuff up. They'll still be record describing, they'll still be damaged.
All right. So here's the question. You guys you jumped right ahead. So let's. This is the first question I want you to deal with in your groups. All right. The question is ideas. At least 2 ideas from each group. How to easily identify landowners and their guests when they ride? What if guests bring different ATVs? How do you make it simple and easy for deputies?
Each one needs its own decal.
We'll figure it out. Come up with some ideas.
I think everybody.
Not only is it put some, hey, you know what they say? Put some meat on the bone. Put some meat on the bone on these ideas. All right. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to come up with some ideas, and when you do, Brian, 1 sheet per group, please. Put your notes on the answer to that question, and then here's what we're going to do. Put as much information and ideas and meat on the bone as you can. We're going to take all these ideas, assimilate them, put them together, and then we'll get feedback from our experts on whether it's doable or not. I don't know. I have no idea for the motivation. I don't know the motivation, but I know it's dangerous.
well, if they buy a property, they have a vested interest so that's for us to focus into or call the rules on. We have to maintain the rules on the road. I mean, we policed what we could when we were still riding. We were driving, stop whoever we could, put them in donuts in the road. I mean, it's.
What do we all do?
Well, what happens? Everybody's got their own. I can see the problem though. The sheriff's trying to say, I didn't see them do it. But there's a
Hey, if you need more room, right on the back. This is question number 3.
They're going to have to make an investment. I mean, you know, and then they're going to pay taxes. So I get revenue from that.
Again, try to make your handwriting legible so I can read it.
Well, we tried to put a slowdown on that by getting it on yesterday. If you've ever been out there, I know this week. It's like the over.
Well, that's the problem here.
Well, that's, yeah, but what happens is once they redo the agreement, this is not going to be a public area where anybody can drive. Residents, not just anybody. Yeah, but if you bring guests out, you need to be responsible. I mean, that's the way it is in Riverhead. So I had a guest in Riverhead, and they do something wrong, they call your ass out of the park, and they'll take you for a Yeah, but everybody's got a friend that they want to go come ride with. You're singing like a sticker like we do where you can identify, you can see a sticker pretty easy on the side. Well, that's true too. I mean, and I'm a big proponent for younger kids who wear helmets and, yeah, but a lot of people don't know. I'd rather have them dump it than dump it. They dump a bunch of furniture out here. Well, then that's something we need to bring up with them about.
I can see the creative juices are flowing. Good job. Good work.
Yeah, so, I mean, they could have the truck come out on the weekend and dump them too.
All right, I'm going to come around and task you guys with other questions.
They could have a guy that's working Saturday come out and take hands. I mean, it's way better than it was. People just throw shit on the ground. Dumpsters were there, you know. I mean, and you would think there's more people living here, so you would think they would increase either their pickup and drop-off or put more containers around. But I think that's, yeah. Well, they put a new shack, they put a new shack in there, so they would take out that old shack and maybe put some dumpsters in there, so. I mean, but that's waste management, that's not Coquina. I mean, mean, what's the alternative?
She was at my house.
You gotta drag your garbage down the end of the street and then to get up on it. Then you've got to, I think it's kind of a mess. I don't know that there's a good solution there, but yeah. I mean, when I take, if I got garbage out, but I realize everybody doesn't have that option.
We've got some bags.
I got some guy from the other day, just sitting there doing nothing down there. You guys sitting there on the road, you were in the car, selling car.
You guys want another one?
Walked out there with my gun, find out what the hell they were doing.
Want another one, Art?
No, I'm still trying to.
You have a problem.
Can't be more than 3.0.
Kind of set
Another one?
All right, when you get your ideas together, somebody with penmanship can go up on the board and write it down. And then think about designate a spokesperson as well. So a writer and a speaker. All right. So there's markers up here, go write them up and put them on the board.
You got a designated writer.
He only does our group.
Not now. Sign the register will be right on the entrance. Somebody sits in the front of the chair. You see the guy in the double watch, and he's watching each other. It should be separate. Whatever days the numbers open, that's the hours of sign.
Yeah, who's gonna sit up there, guy?
You sit right in the
Brian, you make the mic too hot? Check. There we go. Bring it down a little. How about now? A little more down? Okay. Sound good? Okay.
You got other numbers?
Before you think that, somebody was there for a couple of
Jeff, your group got ideas? All right. You delegated to the man, huh? I like it.
Well, I mean, we've done that before. So those people on the road, those people are pretty nice.
All right, while they're putting them up on the board, I'd like each group to work on the questions of ethics and honesty. That's an accountability question. As landowners, how do we hold our elected board accountable to ethical and honesty issues? Brainstorm 2 ideas. If it's not on your list, just jot it on the back of the paper. Let's get some ideas up on the board. Hey, Dave, can you guys work on ideas of transparency? I don't know if it's on the sheet or not, but it was something that came out of the group. So how to have somebody more transparent, website, all that
No, I just, my teammate left.
What's up,
What was an excuse to talk? Excuse me.
Wait, you go to the highway.
I'm liable to have a
Trying to
seizure.
hide you and you don't look at me, so
I might have a seizure if I try to do
I was trying to hide you from.
Better be careful with your girlfriend.
Yeah, but that hurts my hand, man, she's scary.
Right here. This is my girlfriend.
That lady that's with you that day wasn't your girlfriend? How do you know?
It was southbound.
The blonde? That was my wife. Soon to be.
I think the hardest thing is going to be
to go ahead and call.
Hey, don't be so optimistic.
Oh yeah, but it was different. They had theirs. They had theirs. No way we were going to do
Yes, I can't wait till it's open.
I was in there the other day when they were putting the ice machine out.
More or less,
This guy is
Yeah, I mean, you know,
ask anybody.
Well, that's just like the question of in 2008. How did that rule apply to the who was on the board?
That was probably Tom and other ladies. Carlin and some of them meetings, you know, you don't get some of them meetings. Standing right back in the room and they're asking you kind of joined. What's up, Jeff?
All right, we've got a good list going, group. So here's what we're going to do. The spokesman for the topics that are up there, the group person, I'd like you to come up to the microphone and talk to what you wrote. And we're running the tape in the back, so we'll get their ideas on tape. And I'd like for the group just to hear some of the ideas. And then we'll take all of these ideas, we'll get with the sheriff, we'll get with the commissioners, we'll make sure it's workable, and we'll come out with a plan. And when we finish with it, everybody blesses it, then we'll present it to the board. So that's where we're headed. So who'd like to come up and who's in purple here? Who's coming up? All right, perfect. All right, well here's your mic. We'll get you on the mic.
Our question was how to inform the riders of the rules of the road and ATVs and how to enforce them. And basically we came up with that the landowner or owners, because there could be more than one owner on a property out here, has to get a pass sticker for their vehicle. That's going to be issued from, we're guessing from Coquina. And when you sign it, when the rules of the road,
Well, we're not judging ideas.
when the rules of the road are set, either with the sheriff or get together, when you get that decal, you have to sign those rules of the road. And then it's up to the landowner to inform their guests of those rules of the road. And violations have to have some type of consequence. The sheriff and his deputies are not going to be able to see every violation, so some of them have to be policed by the landowner. So if the landowner sees somebody who's not supposed to be here, or somebody that is a landowner and is breaking the rules of the road, they have to be reported. That's why you have to have a sticker where you can verify who's supposed to be here. And then the board has to come up, or the landowners have to come up with what type of enforcement or violation consequences there are for violating those rules of the road. And there's a lot of rules of roads that are state laws, but as landowners, we can make up rules too, because the rules of road are for vehicles, not for off-road vehicles. So if we're going to use these roads for off-road vehicles, the landowners have to, you don't cut donuts on the roads. You don't do this. You don't drive through other people's property. And if you do, there has to be a consequence. And fortunately, the sheriff can't take care of all the consequences, so that's up to the landowners and the board to also come up with those consequences. And, it could be as far as losing your right to ride. Sorry.
Public stop.
Yeah, turn around. Hang them out by a bubble battery. That's basically what we.
All right, good job. Excellent. Does anybody know of other entities that have tackled the same problem elsewhere that we could look at? Maybe some best practices?
Indian Hammock has got their own, of course, they're gated.
Yeah.
But they've got their own internal mechanisms as it relates to the speed on their roads, the violations of what happens within the confines of their property.
Indian Hammock?
Indian Hammock.
What county?
Okeechobee. And I think Ancient Oaks also does, and that's also an Okeechobee.
I'm sorry, Sheriff, you said Indian Hammock and the other one was?
Ancient Oaks.
Ancient Oaks?
Yes,
Okay.
and then KOA.
Okay.
They should give you some good options.
All right, well, it's a good resource. Excellent. All right, good. Who had, did you have it? Charlie, you had an idea about a video. You want to talk about that real quick?
Okay.
Just jump on the mic. I thought that was a good one.
Well, if anybody has ever ridden down in Big Cypress off Alligator Alley, you have to go to the ranger station before you can ride out there. You have to sit and watch a movie. The movie's about what damage you can do to Big Cypress, where you're allowed to ride, where you're not. And they actually inspect your four-wheeler down there to make sure you've got decent tires on it, lights work, brakes work, and everything else. I don't think we have to go that far, but to get your sticker, maybe we can say you need to attend a meeting. And you need to either watch a video or you need to listen to somebody who knows how to ride safely. My wife and I are life members of ABE, American Bikers Aiming Toward Education. And when we lived down south, we actually went to places to educate people on what to expect when a motorcycle pulls up in front of you, next to you, and back of you. And it helped a lot in the safety for the motorcycle riders. We could have something similar here, where before you get your sticker, you must attend a meeting and you must listen to whatever we can present to you. Also, on the stickers, like a dealer plate on a car, we can come up with a sticker on a piece of plastic, a couple of zip ties. The landowner can pay for a guest pass, and that guest can actually put that, like a dealer plate on a car, can put that sticker on his four-wheeler or his off-road vehicle. That way, everybody knows he's legal. Again, the landowner would be responsible for the actions of the guest, and the landowner would have to pay for that sticker. Whether it's a reduced price, the same price, that could be determined. But I think we can come up with something similar to educate the people, and I think signage would help too. We do have some signs up, but most of them are full of bullet holes. If we had some new signs that tell you this is private property. If you don't own here, you're not a guest, you don't belong here. Quite frankly, the first few times people get ticketed, the word will get out. Just like the word got out that you can come ride on the prairie.
Good point. Excellent, thank you. Okay, go to the next column. Number 6. Beautiful penmanship. Whose was that? Jackie, come on down.
We're going to start with number 3 first. Number 3 is how to easily identify landowners and their guests when they ride ATVs in the prairie. What if guests bring different ATVs each time they visit? How to make it easy and simple for deputies. Okay. Number 3 is we have a big red reflective decal with the first 4 letters of your last name. In my case, it would be A-L-L-E, number 1. My second decal would be A-L-L-E, number 2. If I had 10 decals, A-L-L-E, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I wanted to give one of these decals to my son, etc., I could do that, but I'm responsible for him. Each ATV must have its own decal. That's got to be, I would love to see it affixed. And the reason I like big red reflective is I live on the corner of 3 Mile 176. I can see people coming and going. I can see a big red decal. If we have the last 4 digits of the property address, 562341, I'm not going to remember it. But if I see DAVI for Davis, I'm going to remember it. If I see Davis 5, I'm going to remember Davis 5. So I can kind of remember those things. If an ATV does not have a decal with the number, it's illegal. And it can be ticketed by the sheriff. So that's what we came up for that. Number 6, how to set and collect fees for ATV use in the prairie. How to collect payment. How often do you assess? All right, so we said once a year you collect. We could have a website, and you would have to go on the website. You would have to read the rules. You would have a movie or some such thing, giving you rules and regulations. Hello, you don't cut down somebody's fence and ride through it. Hello, you don't do, crazy, you don't do donuts in the middle of the street. Then you take a little test. And after you take the test on the website, you can then pay on the website, and the decal can be mailed to you. That way we don't impinge upon Coquina, we don't impinge upon other people. It's go on the website. If you were caught doing something illegal, you lose your decal. Hello, it's gone. You do donuts in the street, somebody calls, hello, ALLE, number 3 is doing donuts in the street, decal's on. Fee based on the estimated cost of the program, divided by the estimated number of decals issued, plus a contingency fund. Because, you always have to have a little fun. So those are our ideas.
Great job. Thank you very much, Kathy. Way to go. Team brilliant. Good.
Hey!
All right, so who's next? Who did 6? Who did 6? All right. Who did the last one? The last row? Paul? Yeah. You want to take a stab? Come on, Paul. We'll put you on the spot. You are. You've been at it 6 weeks. Look what we do to you. 6 months. 6 months. All right. Well, you're a veteran by now, so don't worry about it. It's friends and family in the room. So let me slide this up here.
Okay, so the question is how.
Here we go.
Make it official. All right, so how to easily ID landowners and their guests when they ride ATVs and HOVs in the prairie. What if guests bring different ATVs each time they visit? How to make it easy, simple for the deputies. A, guests must be with the landowner. B, flags and decals. Now the flags are going to have the same decal number as the decal. Suggestions. Okay, number 4. How to deny non-landowners from riding ATVs and make it enforceable. What statutes are applicable over private roads, lands for outsiders or riders without decal permits? A, have non-landowners trespass. Like a store owner can trespass anybody that comes in their store that breaks any kind of rules. We should have the same right to trespass people from being on owner's property. 5. How to inform riders to rules of the road for ATVs. How to enforce them. A, list of rules when decals, flags are purchased. And we've had several people say videos and go on the internet and read this, and I totally agree.
Good job. Thank you all. All right, we talked about transparency and ethics. Anybody have any ideas they just want to throw out on the topic?
And they should have a nightly meeting once a month like this, so more people can show up.
Do you like the nighttime meetings as opposed to the daytime meetings?
Yeah, some of us, yes.
Can't be here.
Yeah.
The guys that are on there, we were talking about how to, make sure everybody's doing the job and everybody's happy with the job they're doing. Just do periodic surveys on the website. where people can go on there, you know,
If they're not happy with it.
periodically.
Okay, good.
Or compliments.
Compliments either, yeah.
You know, 3 miles been looking great, you know, good job on this, and we haven't had a drainage issue here where we're used to. You know, because you can't just always complain, you have to compliment
Yeah.
also to let people
I like
know
it.
they're doing a good job.
Speaking of which, any compliments you want to pass on to Mike that he can pass on to the staff?
I think, I'm a new landowner, and I was always impressed with the fact that all the grass roads were always mowed. I don't know, I've never been anywhere else where grass roads have been mowed that often and kept up that well. I mean, I don't live, but I own a piece of property on the same road that Kent's on, and it's like, every time I go down there, I said, man, it just seems like just mowed this place along the rest of the prairie. So I don't know where the compliment goes to, but, kudos to whoever does that.
Well, I'll pay one. Mike, you can pass this on to Butch and the crew. I think that I've noticed a marked improvement in the quality of the graded roads.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so please pass on our high fives to the guys that drives that grader, because I know it's not an easy job, so. All right.
We could possibly have like a certain color shirt with some numbers on it that we could, if we see violations, like get a group of people on the weekends that drive around, whatever, we could help the sheriff, you know, find out when there's trouble out here too, without, you know, this way if some people around town don't make us look like idiots and we get food out of them. You know, maybe take some videos.
You're gonna have to create a homeowners association. Do all this stuff you're talking about. You're gonna have to create.
Well, there's an idea. I mean, let's not judge, but some kind of an entity.
Yeah, some sort of sign up, right in the dump, not in the dump, but right outside with maybe 2 hours on every weekend, whatever, for people who want to sign up and pay right there too.
Yeah, I like that
The
idea.
stickers make it easier than the web.
Make it easier,
But some
sure.
people might not want to go on the web or don't use computers, so you could say maybe 10 to 12 on Saturday if you want to sign up, be there.
Good idea.
And you have to sign a piece of paper for the laws and the rules, this way, you know.
Carry your rules with you. Good idea. Maybe a laminated card or something?
Laminated.
Education works a lot better than a butt kicking in most instances. Instead of
That's
having
what my kids keep telling me.
instead of having a sheriff and his car out here, when there are, I guess, more important crimes to do, I saw a COP car out here last weekend when there was a lot of shooting going on. I was heading out of town, okay? I was heading to town.
What does COP stand for?
Citizens on patrol.
Yeah. Actually, constable on patrol, but citizen on patrol.
All right, good.
And I called my wife half hour later. She said the shooting stopped.
Great.
I said, well, I saw him coming into the prairie, so I guess somebody made a phone call, and I think that'd be a lot more cost efficient for the sheriff's department if we had more of that action.
I like the way you're thinking.
I think I speak for most in here. The majority of the issues that we all see every time we're out there, I'm almost positive have to be from outside. Because the majority, I know all of us in here respect the land and respect the little bit of right, albeit illegal apparently, that we do have. We all respect the roads. You know, if there's a no trespassing sign on somebody's property that happens to run through a trail, we go around. We don't trample somebody's sign. We don't knock down somebody's fence. I carry garbage bags. You know, we don't throw our trash. I went out there at the mud hole and I cleaned up trash.
Oh, the garbage bags, that's a good idea for the rules of the road. I like that.
I picked up trash, my kids picked up trash, we put it in a pile and set it over by the tree. We all know that it's not the people that are in here.
Right.
It's the people that come from down south and that see on my side, oh, let's go right out there. It's not my property, why should I care? It's not my land, why shouldn't I just throw my trash here? Why shouldn't I just bring my couch here that I don't need? When I just pass the dump on the way in here.
That's actually a point I would like to speak up on that as well. You know, it's one of my hopes in the middle of all this, especially if we can find a way to get funding to the sheriff. The sheriff has some limitations, he has some budget issues. Now, I personally would like to see 2 deputies per shift out here in the Perry area. We have enough stuff going on. We got people stealing out of mailboxes and from homes and everything else. I had somebody tear my house apart and they pulled all the drywall down so they could take the copper wire out. These people would have made more money working at labor finders than they did doing what they did to me. But the thing is, sheriff's got a limitation. So what I think it would fix a lot of our problems, if we could figure out like the decal ideas and coming up with the funding for the sheriff, I think it's an amazing idea. If we have 2 deputies out here, they can help patrol for more than just our 4-wheeler issue. We got all the crime stuff going on. But we also have, like you said, we got somebody dumping couches. Well, that's illegal no matter where you go. And there's a fine that goes with that. And it's the same thing with the road rules and everything else. There are fines, there are traffic violations that are already on the books, and especially the vandalism to the roads and everything else. And if we can come to an agreement where we can help the sheriff help us, then we can help fund him, and this whole thing starts to fix itself. We all work together.
Brian, can you make sure you put that in the notes because we didn't get your statement?
Yes, sir.
Jot it down. All right. Tanya?
When people were allowed to ride, like my neighbor going down just to go check on the water or anything like that, they saw things going on. People didn't have the freedom to go and break in more because they were.
There was more people, more activity,
more
people.
Activity.
Yeah.
There was the good people. There was more eyeballs. We don't, and that's gone way down. We weren't allowed.
Good point. Good point. Jackie.
It's so still out there now, they're stealing the batteries off the cars parked in the road for the school bus kids.
Yeah. Jackie, did you have something you wanted to add?
No, if I could just, say something. I'm in the corner of 3 Mile 176. I have one lot on the northeast side and the northwest side of 176. So to get from one of my lots to the other lots, I have to go across 176. 99.9% of our people are fabulous. I used to have 3 great big white dogs. I now have 2. And they sometimes get out. I have workers sometimes get out. There is one person, one driver, who is in a black truck, who comes from the mud holes, goes down 176 with his pedal to the metal, just zoom as fast as he can possibly go. I haven't been able to, I think it's a Ram, but I don't know exactly what it is. There's a very nice, courteous Ram driver with a black truck. It's not him, it's a different one. It's an older truck. We should have some kind of speed limits. I would adore if we could have, by my corner, 3 Mile and 176, either a stop sign or a slow sign or some kind of a sign where this person who is driving from the mud hole to his house, probably 50, 60, 70 miles an hour, we could turn him in, tag him, have the sheriff do something, because he basically killed my dog, 130-pound dog, and I'm afraid to walk from one of my lots to the other lot because you never can tell when he's coming. He comes so fast you can't even see him. So if we could consider on 3 Mile and 176 some kind of a encouragement for this one driver not to go so fast, I would love it.
Speed ramp.
I don't care. He walks in the road. But why penalize everybody when it's one driver?
I think every mile road would be good to have a stop sign that.
That would
On
be
each
great.
of the third road crossings.
That would be great.
I mean,
So, all right, make sure that one gets on the list. All right, I promised to get everybody out of here by 9 o'clock, so I have one final question. Those of you that would like to help us consolidate, prioritize, brainstorm, and package these ideas, our committee needs more volunteers, the steering committee. So if you're interested in being on the steering committee, please come see me, and we'll make it happen. All right. And we'll make sure that a lot of the meetings we do are virtual meetings. You can dial in by telephone, so you don't have to go anywhere. So we'll make all that happen. So I'm looking for volunteers. I want to thank everybody for coming. Did you enjoy tonight? Was it worthwhile? Should we do more of these? All right. Well, give yourselves a round of applause for doing a great job. Thanks for coming, everybody. Would you mind stacking the chairs?